Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, I am going to do a dip mani on my right hand. It has been a minute since I have done dip nails. So I'm going to use a color that I made, and it is my namesake. Oof. I need to give it a little bit of a stir here. All right, and I have already gone in with my UNT peel base. I did 2 layers of it, so we are gonna go ahead. Oh, I see a hair stuck on here. Where the hell is it? I see it. My eyeballs. There we go. My cat was just in my lap, and I'm like, child. Yes, I call my cat child. I think I've already told you guys that. I'm like, oh my gosh, your fur is gonna be everywhere up on my desk where I don't want it. So we got a little bit of a story time. First, I'll tell you, the JV team that my son is on, they had their last regular season game. So the season is officially over for the JV team, but my son, well, the varsity team made it to playoffs. And my son was invited to join the varsity team for the playoffs. So I'm really proud of him for that. So we have, I gotta get that thing over here. So we have at least one more, we have at least one more game. And if they win, then they'll get to move on to another game. And if we lose next week, then that's it. That's the end of the season. So either way, I am very proud of him and all that jazz. Update on the player that I was telling you about in a previous video that got hurt. He ended up with a broken collarbone. So, oh my gosh, right? So that's that. And then we had a player get injured last night. I do not know the status of his injuries or the extent of his injuries. But he wasn't able to walk off of the field. He couldn't put any pressure down on his right leg. So I don't know if it's foot, ankle, knee, just leg in general. I don't know what it is. And I probably won't be able to find out until at least Monday when my son's been at school and gets an update. So that's that. So yay. And so one story time. Here we go. I went to get some dinner tonight from Panda Express. I had picked up an order, and so I just parked right in the front. There was open parking, so I was like, sweet. And as soon as I pulled up, I got the text that my order was ready. I was like, super sweet, perfect timing. So I go in, I get my stuff, I get back in my car, and there's all of a sudden cars coming from both directions in the parking lot. So I'm sitting there waiting, and this chick freaking pulls up in her car right behind me and just stops, totally blocking. Meanwhile, I already had my car in reverse, so you know, my little white reverse lights are already shining, and she's just sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm looking around, and I don't know why she's still sitting there. So finally I put my window down and I yell, fuck face, I'm trying to back out. So she moved. And then when I went to drive past her, she had gotten out of the car, and she was wanting me to stop, and I didn't stop, but she was like, what'd you say? I said, I yelled fuck face. And I just kept going. Well, this bitch fucking gets in her car and starts following me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't know if you know what Marco Polo is, but I was leaving a Marco Polo video to my bestie. So I'm just talking to her, you know, telling her about the football game and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, dude, this chick is straight following me right now. So I just kept going and talking, you know, and I'm like, you know, whatever, follow me home, honey. It's not gonna be cool for you if you follow me home. I'm not gonna tell you what I was thinking, just because, you know, don't need to get myself in trouble for that shit. But I was like, follow me home, honey, and it's not gonna be good for you. But she ended up turning off before, you know, I got home, obviously she either got some smarts into her, or the person who was with her in the car was like, dude, like, you're being dumb. Talk some sense into her. I don't know, but I was like, lady, I'm probably just as crazy as you. So yeah, I'm like, people be fucking retarded, but I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing just coming up and parking behind a car in a fucking parking lot like that? Like, especially if I'm already literally in reverse just trying to freaking leave. So, you know, just be aware of your surroundings. And don't ever stop if somebody's trying to freaking get out of the car on you. So, I mean, like I said, she has no clue how crazy I can be, or the type of crazy that I am. Most people don't, but I've got a very psycho side to me, and I'm like, we don't need to unleash that right now. So anyways, that was that. That was interesting. I have no clue who we're playing for our first playoff game. Sorry to jump back to that. My mind is total ADHD, so I will bounce around, and oftentimes I'll like circle back around without warning. I'm just gonna circle back. So yeah, I thought this would be a good little fall color. I don't even know if I've ever worn this. I know Rebel Nail has a color called Amber, and I own that one too. Hold on. Ooh, hold on. Sir, out of the cupboard, sir. No. My cat. He's trying to be a naughty cat. He's a little shit. Dude, I don't know what is into him, but he's like been trying to freaking pee everywhere again. I'm like, what is going on with you? Like, you're fixed. You should not be acting this way, sir. All right, I need to brush them off. All right, after they have been brushed off once. It is late right now. Late for me. It's like after 10. And I would love to go to bed, but I've got to wait to switch my laundry over still. So I'm like, I may as well just do my nails. Be productive here instead of just sitting around. I already did my Duolingo lesson, so... Oh my gosh. Sir, get out of the cupboard. Oh my gosh. Shadow, go get him. My cat's names are Tiger and Shadow. And Tiger is my naughty little boy right now. I have little freaking gold flakies literally flying everywhere right now. Everywhere. Oh, so we have the annual Sikh festival parade going on this weekend in our town. So that's exciting. I've never attended once in my life, and I'm not going to. Especially this year, because they've already been posting that they were like expecting, well, they have been ramping up security because there were unverified threats of gang activity that would be happening. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool on that. I don't need to be immersed in anything where I could possibly get myself shot just for being in attendance to something. Thank you very much. So we're cool on that. Oh my gosh, I don't know what my cats are doing. But it sounds like they're being naughty in the kitchen right now. Sir, what are you doing? Shadow, go follow him and tell him that he needs to be a good boy. It's funny, I started calling my cat sir, and now I've got my husband calling him sir. So, yeah, Halloween's over, and it's gonna be Thanksgiving before we know it. Like, holy shit, dude. This freaking year just kind of flew on by. And I'm telling you, like, I still haven't even, like, mentally recovered from 2020, and we're almost to fucking 2025. Like, what the fuck? How in the fuck has that even happened? Like, seriously, how the fuck? I mean, I literally have not mentally recovered from fucking 2020. And I know a lot of people really still haven't. Like, it was such a freaking emotional mindfuck. And I just, yeah, I'm not ready. It's just been like all a blur. Like, I honestly can't even separate out the years, like things that happened in 2021 to, you know, 2024 really at all, because it's literally all just a freaking blur. It just all feels the same. And that just made me think of 9 Inch Nails song, Every Day is Exactly the Same. I believe that was on their With Teeth album. And if you don't listen to 9 Inch Nails, then I guess you won't get it. And I mean, I honestly haven't even been listening to 9 Inch Nails. I don't think I've bought a 9 Inch Nails album since With Teeth. I think that was the last one I bought. And that was probably one of the last rock concerts I went to. Because my husband and I went to a couple country concerts, but the two of us have not been to any rock concerts together. All the rock concerts were pretty much in the days prior to children and during pregnancy. I used to be heavy into going to concerts. I have seen Tool, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, 9 Inch Nails, all multiple times. System of a Down. I was lucky to see Linkin Park. I've seen Disturbed, Godsmack, Metallica. I saw Ozzy Osbourne and I hated every minute of it because I don't like Ozzy. I was just like, you fucking suck. I got to see David Bowie. That was fucking amazing. So glad I got to see David Bowie before he passed away. Who else have I seen that was exciting? I have seen Incubus multiple times. They're not really rock, but I've seen them. I saw Hoobastank. Yeah, they're more poppy, but I've seen them. And who else? Oh my gosh, my brain isn't even working anymore. I've seen In This Moment. I think I've seen Head PE at Ozfest before. I don't know. Oh, I've seen Pantera. Saw STP. All right, I'm going to activate now. I just did 2 layers. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Oh my gosh, my activator shit. Maybe that's why I haven't been doing dip nails. It's almost gone. Oh gosh. Is this activator right here? No, that's a step 1. And that's a step 3. Well, shit. I need to place a Rebel nail order. Shoot. I can't believe how low this is. Yikes. Oh, that's the ticket. I gotta shake it around in there. Okay, so I'm probably not gonna be able to do dip nails again until I do, or until I place a Rebel order. All the companies are starting to come out with like advent calendars, and I'm like having to remind myself, you don't need it, lady. You do not need it. You don't need it. Because it's just, it's not necessary. Other things that I want. Plus, I can never actually wait to actually open, right? I'm always like, I gotta open everything right now. I can't wait and do it like day by day because I'm just not able to. Okay. Yes, I'm putting a lot on, but it's a pretty dark color and there's lots of flakes in here, so. All right, look at this. I don't think I've ever once in my life used a liquid that far down. All right, I'm going to let these get to where I need them to be so that I can file them and top coat. I'll be back. All right, we are filed, buffed. I washed my hands to help scrub my cuticles and get some of that excess crap off. And then I went ahead and also spritzed my nails with some rubbing alcohol. So now I am just using top coat. I mean, do you see like when the top coat hits how freaking gorgeous this is? Cap my nail here. Okay. I mean, just look, as soon as the top coat hits, it's like, bam. It's this gorgeous chameleon gold. There's like a hint of a pink in here, but it mostly pulls gold. So freaking pretty. My laundry finally just buzzed that my dryer's done, so I could finally switch my clothes over, and then boom, I can go to bed after this. Snap some pictures and boom bang. Betty bye for this little thing. I am tired. I don't like staying up late anymore. I'm such an old woman. I'm like, ew, I don't want to stay up past like 10 o'clock ever. by 8 o'clock usually, especially during the week, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm ready for bed. Are you kids ready for bed yet? Or then on the weekends, you know, I don't really have to, my youngest usually ends up, you know, getting tired before all of his other brothers. So it's usually relatively easy to get him into bed early. And then the older boys, I'm like, don't stay up too late. And I just go to bed. Oh, and I didn't tell you, oh my gosh, for our last freaking game last night, it fucking rained. We checked the forecast and it was like showing that like it wasn't supposed to start raining until like 7 o'clock. So we're like, yeah, okay. Our game will be like pretty much over by then, you know, we're close to being over. So we didn't even like worry about it. It fucking rained on us. My children were all soaked. We didn't take an umbrella. We were sitting under an overhang a little bit right at the announcer booth. That's where I always sit for every home game. And we, you know, were dry-ish, but still got wet. And then, you know, just even walking to the car and stuff, just fucking soaked. I'm like, oh my god. It's out of control, dude. I fucking hate the rain. And then I totally forgot to take pictures of the nails I did for a friend, fellow football mom. I think I'm gonna do her nails again next week. It all depends on how they've held up and if she wants me to do them again. We're just kind of like, you know, we'll play it by ear and see how it goes and see if you're still happy with them in a couple weeks. I have one little tiny spot where it started to come off when I was filing. So frustrating. I didn't realize it was that thin right there. But it's okay. All right, I'm gonna cure and then I will get some final pictures. All right, here they are. So thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of my channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your continued support. And I obviously wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you guys coming back and supporting me and continuing to give me a reason to put videos out. So thank you guys so much for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is a really plain Jane Manny, but let me know what you guys think. Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, it is definitely giving all the fall vibes. And I feel like this is not even like close to pulling what it really looks like in person. It's giving brown and orange right now in this light, but like I said, it's chameleon flakes, and so it will shift. So who knows what it'll look like in the actual sunlight, if we even have sunlight tomorrow, because it's been gloomy weather here. So yay, and we get to set our stupid clocks back tonight, which is the most annoying time of the fucking year to me. I hate it with a passion. The stupid state of California voted to put an end to it, but here we are. They still fucking do it. It's been 4 years since we voted, and yeah. It's annoying. I hate it. It seriously is the worst time of the year because the seasonal depression is strong with me. I don't like it when it starts getting dark at fucking 5 o'clock in the evening. It's annoying, especially since it's like my son doesn't even get out of school until almost 4. And so it's like we get home and it's like, oh, hey, it's pretty much dark. Like it's fucking dumb. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Thanks for listening to my rants. I hope you guys enjoy story time. And yeah, so I'm gonna snap some pics and I'm gonna get my butt in bed. So good night. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.